Hello and welcome to the Ninqueso Exploring Japan channel, where I am on a journey to find out everything I can about Japan, the people, the culture, and today about 11 things not to do in Japan. Now, I've seen a lot of videos about things to do, places to go, people to see, things like that. But today we're going to have a look at 11 things that we should not do under any circumstances in Japan because, you know, it's wrong. Now, this is not a long video, so I imagine this is going to be quite quick fire. So let us get comfortable and have a look at just what these things are that we shouldn't do.
Japan has a rich and complex culture that make it a favorite travel destination of many, but it also makes the country really easy for tourists to embarrass themselves in.
I don't get embarrassed that easily. Really don't. Like, I don't care what people think of me.
Here are 11 things that you should absolutely not do while in Japan. Number 1, don't tip. Tipping is not a part of Japanese culture.
I know we should
will
not
probably
tip.
Come running after.
And don't worry, I will not tip. I don't tip in this country. I don't see why I'd start in Japan. If ever coming to America, they're going to hate me.
For you with your money if you do. Now, in some restaurants, you'll see a vending machine where you just insert your money and you choose whatever food item you want.
That's nice. The problem I find with these sort of things is, like, I noticed when McDonald's brought in the screens so you don't have to talk to anyone, you tend to buy more because you like not, because when you're actually talking to someone, go, can I have this and this and this? You start thinking to yourself, man, I sound greedy. But when it's just a machine, you're like, I'll have that, I'll have that, I'll have that. There's me a few moments ago, literally at the start of this video saying I don't get embarrassed easily. And I'm like, get embarrassed about ordering too much food.
So there's actually no waiter that you could tip. Either way, don't leave a tip because it's actually considered insulting to the waiter. Number 2, cover your tattoos.
Don't have any. The free arms. I've just never seen. I've not seen the appeal, but what's the word I'm looking for? I've just never wanted them.
Tattoos in Japan are generally associated with criminals and yakuza. Because of this, tattoos are frowned upon in Japanese society, and most pools and bathhouses bar anyone with a tattoo from entering.
That's fine, I don't have any.
Number 3, don't hand cash to cashiers.
Don't you put it on a little tray and then they slide a little tray to you and then you put the cash on that and then they pull it back, which is nice because then you're not touching people.
Now, this may seem like a contradictory statement, but in Japan, almost every convenience store will use a tray that you're supposed to place the money.
See,
on.
I'm on it with these ones.
This is used out of convenience so that the coins don't fall everywhere, and also so that everyone can see exactly what's happening with the money at all times.
Don't jaywalk, because jaywalking is illegal, isn't it, in Japan? It's not in the UK, apparently. People have right of way over cars no matter what.
Number 4, Japanese-only restaurants.
Okay,
now, this may
that's
seem
not
kind
jaywalking.
of crazy, but some Japanese
just scratch that.
Restaurants will not allow any foreigners into their establishments. That is because while the Japanese can be very friendly and welcoming, there are some aspects of their culture that make them a little xenophobic. There's really no way to tell whether or not a restaurant is Japanese only, but you'll know pretty quickly as
when they go, get out. Get out of here.
As soon as you walk in. Usually what happens is a waiter will wave his or her hands no, you'll be told to leave, or any combination of those.
Just get out of my pub.
Number 5, don't talk on trains. The volume.
Now, I've heard that mentioned, but it's not that don't talk, it's use your quiet voice. Don't like talk loudly. Just talk nice and calmly. And you're fine.
The volume of your voice is extremely important in Japan, as everyone is hyper aware and very respectful that they share their space with others. That means talking loudly or speaking on the phone in trains is a definite no.
Yeah, I don't talk loudly. I'm good.
Number 6, proper chopstick use. This is a big one.
I've been practicing with my chopsticks. I'm pretty good at them now.
Because chopsticks are used to eat almost everything in Japan. The main things
I even eat my miso soup with chopsticks. Pretty good.
Not to do with your chopsticks are not to eat directly from common dishes. Always take the food and put it on your plate first and then eat it.
Well, yeah. You don't want to be putting the chopsticks that have been in your mouth in like a communal dish. That's just gross.
Point chopsticks at people is considered very rude. Don't cross them and don't leave them sticking out of a rice bowl, as that is part of funeral ceremonies. And don't rub your chopsticks together after you break them apart, because that's rude and disrespectful to the chef, by assuming he purchases poor quality chopsticks.
What if he has purchased poor quality chopsticks? Then what? To be fair, I've not heard that one about the chopsticks.
Number 7.
Take your shoes off before you go into places. If there's a little area for you to take your shoes off. Again, I've spoken about how I totally am behind this, because walking around inside in a house is very bad with shoes on.
Don't wear shoes in the house. Like most people, the Japanese don't want the dirt from outside getting in the house. They take it one step further, though, and provide slippers and shoe cubbies at the front door.
That's
Even
fine.
Some restaurants will ask customers to take their shoes off before
That's
coming
cool.
inside. Number 8. Drinking etiquette.
I don't drink, so, you know.
This is a big one if you go out with any Japanese while in Japan. There are subtle rituals that show respect towards the person you're drinking with. The first is whenever you receive a drink, always receive it with 2 hands to show respect towards the person pouring. Also, never pour your own drink first, as it's considered selfish. You should pour others' drinks.
Well, I am selfish. Again, I don't think I'm going to be going out with too many Japanese people when I go there for the first time. Maybe if I go out multiple times, but I don't drink alcohol, so interesting.
And then put the bottle down and someone else will take it up and pour your drink for you. If you're not trying to get absolutely hammered, make sure that when you're done, you leave your drink full. Because the way it works is whenever someone sees an empty glass, they'll just immediately pour you another one. Things can get crazy pretty quickly if you're not careful.
Yeah, I just don't drink, so, you know, I wouldn't even drink the first one. I found that once at a party. It was after a wrestling show, and I was kind of forced to go to this house party. And the way I coped with it, because everyone keeps like, oh, have a drink. And they're just really trying to, like, press you into drinking alcohol. So in the end, I just took a bottle and then just held it all night. I didn't even take the lid off, but I was holding it so you couldn't see. And then everyone stopped off trying to pressure me into drinking. Then in the night, I just put the bottle down. It was like, I don't get it. Why? What does it matter if I don't drink? It doesn't affect your life. Just leave me alone.
Number 9. How not to eat sushi. Fish have been...
I'm not a big fan of fish, so, you know, I probably won't be eating much sushi apart from if it's not fishy. Don't mind tuna, maybe.
the central part of the Japanese diet for centuries, and they've developed tons of different ways to better enjoy the fish. So it's not a bad idea to get to know
What do you mean the fish? There's not all sushi is fish. Come on.
some of them. The first mistake that
See, now I'm not trusting this guy if he's just assuming that all sushi is fish.
most people make is ordering a bunch of sushi at once, instead of a little bit at a time, which they recommend. It's because the temperature of the fish actually matters, and you're supposed to eat it as soon as it comes onto your plate. That's why you sit right at the bar in most sushi places in Japan. The next big mistake that people make is dunking the rice directly into the soy sauce, which makes it
No, you put that on top, don't you?
absorb way too much. The correct way to do it, if you're going to do it at all, is to flip the fish over so that just the backside of the fish touches the soy sauce. This allows
Okay.
the soy sauce to enhance the flavor of the fish, but without drowning it out.
But what about the sushi that doesn't have fish on it then? You didn't explain that.
Number 10. Don't expect to use your card. Japan is a cash-based society.
Yeah, I've heard
Generally
this.
skep-
I've heard like credit cards are a little bit more accepted, will actually work, but like European debit cards probably won't work at all. Which I don't have a credit card. Like no one would trust me. No one would trust me with one.
Skeptical of credit cards. So almost every place that
Cardo.
you'll
That's a cardo up there.
visit will use cash. Don't worry though, because the 7-Eleven ATMs will work with any card and are open 24 hours a
Will they though? Will they work with a debit card, not a credit card? Because there's a difference.
day. It's not unusual for Japanese businessmen to grab 30 or 40,000 yen before they leave the house. Like I said, everything here is done in cash. Last but not least, number 11, receiving business cards. This is
Okay, you present them with both hands and you take them with both hands and you don't put them in your pocket. If you're at a meeting, you put them down on the table and you leave them there so you can see the name. And when you present them to people, you present them so that they can read the name of them. That's what my understanding is on business card etiquette.
This is another good one if you plan on meeting people while in Japan. When exchanging business cards, always receive the card with 2 hands and study it carefully before putting it away.
Get
Don't shove it in
me.
your back pocket carelessly, as it may be interpreted as being rude. It's
Get
best
me.
to carefully place it into your wallet to show that you respect them and the business they work for. If you stuck around to the end of the video, thank you.
Was that it? Was that it? I said this was a short, quick fire video. I feel that apart from the rubbing chopsticks together, not that I would understand why I would do that anyway. I kind of knew most of that anyways, but it's nice to have it refreshed so that it's drummed into your head about what not to do. But anyway, that was a video by Cal McKinley. And if you did like their video, I will leave a link down in the description and you can go over to their channel and give the video a like. But let me know what you thought about those 11 things. How many of them did you know? And also, if you are like from Japan, let me know how accurate these things are. Because obviously I've got my doubts now. I mean, a lot of them I knew already or have heard about. But obviously like the sushi thing, he just said it's all fish when I know quite a lot of it is. But can you get non-fish sushi in Japan? Because you definitely can in the UK. I mean, I definitely make sushi that's not with fish because I control what I put in it. But thank you for making it through to the end. And if you did enjoy my video, please make sure you hit that like button because it really does help the channel out. And if you would like to see more of my journey as I try to discover everything I can about Japan, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But until next time, just be nice to people. Bye.